start with, was this your first lead role in a film, and what was it like?
So this was my first lead role. It was really rewarding. It was everything that I thought it would be, as far as the feeling that you have when you get cast for the lead part and then you actually have to perform. It was a little different. People tend to cater to you a little differently. That was new. But it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be playing a lead. So
how did you prepare for the role?
So when I initially heard that I was cast for the role, I didn't know a lot about lupus at all. It wasn't something that gets talked about. I knew of one person that had it, but we never went into it. So with that being said, I dove right into research. So every chance I got, any extra chances I had, I would go and look up videos of people that had lupus, or I would try to find people that I did know and then reach out and call them and speak to them about their experiences and struggles. Doing research on statistics and who it affects, and interesting enough, a lot more people than I thought actually have lupus. So
it's always amazing when you can like learn and expand on things like that. Who or what inspires you the most?
So I would have to say my family is a real motivation for inspiring me. My husband is extremely willing to help me in any endeavor that I go through. He pushes me to be the best that I can be and go for roles and continue to audition, and as well as my father, who has always told me, if you wanted stuff done, you just need to go do it. So they, absolutely.
So how long have you been acting?
So I've been acting, I would say, for on and off about a good solid 10 years. So I started acting starting in with drama in high school in ninth grade. And from there, I knew I wanted to be on TV. I knew it was something I wanted to do. My personality has always been very ecstatic. So I basically knew, I'm like, I need to be acting. I need to go out and get it. Absolutely.
Awesome. So your background in the military, how has that had an impact on involvement with acting?
So it does in a way, as far as there are roles that would come up that, you know, if I'm working, it's hard to go out and audition for them. But other than that, the military has not been a huge factor in my personal endeavors. It doesn't affect as much as most people would think it does. It's like it's a job, so you have time off and you have leave, and we have a great unit, so they basically take care of me. They know what I do. Absolutely.
What was your experience like with Chris, with this only being his second film?
Well, for it to only be his second film, I would say that, you know, in my experience, he's done a very phenomenal job. With Chris, you know, he's a good director to work for. He takes care of his people. He's very open to ideas. And that's one thing I love about him being a director. He doesn't just give you a script and then expect you to always follow it verbatim. So he gives you the opportunity to take a character, as in Sarah Myers, and make her your own character. So it's been an amazing experience working with him.
Chris stated in an earlier interview he wanted to create a platform for beginning actors to showcase their talents. How important is that to you?
So for someone to take their platform and then allow others to have a platform as well, I think is necessary. You have so many people that don't know where to begin, they don't know where to start.
But are so talented.
They're extremely talented, but they just can't get in front of the right people. And for Chris to use his platform and then say, hey, I'm gonna bring you in so you can get started. And even if you're not getting started, maybe you're just in that rut, like, hey, I've been doing background, I've been doing, extra work for this, this time. I really want to do something different. I want to be a lead. I want to get in front. Absolutely. But I just can't get there. I think that it gives you motivation. It continues to and it continues to allow great actors to continue working.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when you don't get in front of people, actors tend to,
Right.
this is probably not for me, and they fall off.
Right.
So
It's so necessary.
absolutely.
Sarah Myers, the role you play. Who is she and what does she want?
Good old Sarah Myers. Sarah Myers is this strong-willed attorney. Right now, she's going after the district attorney position. So she's waiting on the governor to appoint her. She's very solid, as in her position. She wins cases. She is determined. She's focused. So she has a good support group around her. What she wants is she wants a family. She wants to be married one day. She wants to have her successful career, but now she has come to the realization that she has lupus.
Yeah.
And what I mean by realization is she's known she's had it, but it's now getting to the point where she has to accept it because the way it's taking control of her body.
Yeah.
So what she is going to do is she's going to push through, she's going to stay strong, and she's going to continue to be the best attorney she can be.
Right. Was it hard doing the throw up scene?
The throw up scene. So the throw up scene was actually not as hard as it may look. If anything, it was a bit nasty.
Yeah,
as
I can imagine.
it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best combination.
Right.
But what I will say is, no, it was actually, it came pretty natural. I mean, it was fun. I will tell you that.
Fun.
Throwing up and that
fun.
in that sense, it was actually very fun.
Okay. So tell us about the cast you work with. Let's start with Perry Jackson. Who is she to Sarah?
Perry. So Perry is Sarah's backbone. That's her go-to. That's her cheerleader. That's her motivator. That's the woman that when Sarah's feeling down and Sarah's like, no, I'm just nonchalant.
Right.
Perry is gonna get her up and running. Perry's gonna be that kick
Right.
that says, hey, you need to fix yourself, girl.
Right.
Let's move. We got cases to do. We're trying to get this spot. So Perry does a lot for Sarah, not only as her partner, but as a friend. She consoles her. She cares about her. She ultimately helps take care of her when she is getting sick.
Yeah. Everyone needs a Perry.
They do.
Mary McCullough has the big mama feel.
Okay.
Tell us about working with Mary.
Mary, Aunt Delina. So Mary, yes, she actually, I feel, was the perfect person for this role.
Right.
So whenever you're around her, she just has this energy about her. She has this spirit about her, like, hey, honey, hey, baby, I'm just going to wrap you up and we going to pray together and we going to get through it. And so she brings a lot of inspiration to Sarah. She wants Sarah to understand that she has to lean on other people. She has to lean on God to help her get through her situation. And then not only that, but she also helps Sarah to realize that you are in a position to help other people with this disease. So don't be selfish and only care about yourself, but use your platform and make a difference with it. Right. So she definitely is the person that Sarah needs in her life.
Yeah. So switching gears a little. What would you like your next role to be and why?
All right. So I am a huge horror genre person. Okay. So I've just always been interested in doing a horror film. I definitely don't want to die in the first horror film because I would love to come back in a sequel. But it's just something about being spooked out and scared, and it's just so different from all the other categories of film. It's,
I bet there's so much fun to film too.
you know what? I guarantee you they're really not as scary while you're filming them. But how awesome would it be to see yourself being chased down by a murderer and tripping over some dirt or something? I don't know. I think it would be amazing.
For sure. What top 3 actors inspired you?
So I would say that I do watch a lot of Angelina Jolie's films. Tomb Raider is definitely, oh my goodness, I fell in love with her. She's definitely inspiration not only on the screen but outside, where she does all of her charity work. She's ambassadors for, I mean, multiple organizations overseas. I would have to say Gabrielle Union. She's a big deal. She's a force to be reckoned with. She's definitely an inspiration. I actually think we have the same birth sign, so we're both Scorpios. It's the personality. She's very strong. Right. And then I would also probably have to say, so I like Leslie Mann. And if you know anything about Leslie Mann was in 40-Year-Old Virgin. She was in Big Daddy. Yep. She was played This Is 40. She is hilarious to me. Yeah. Her and my husband both. We anytime we see her, it's just, we have a good time watching her. She's just amazing.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to name your top 3. So, what are your top 3 favorite movies?
Top 3 favorite movies. I would have to say Memoirs of a Geisha. Okay. I would have to say Lord of the Rings. The entire Lord of the Rings. Right. I could watch that any day, all day. Okay. And I would have to say Coraline. So I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. Okay. I can watch Coraline on repeat. Yeah. And with Toy Story. Toy Story, yeah. Okay. So, and that's normally background now for me. Yeah. So I could be doing anything, cleaning the house, and as long as that's on,
it's comforting.
It's comforting. It's definitely.
What are your top 3 favorite meals?
All right. So top 3 favorite meals, I would have to say. So I'm a huge ahi tuna fan. Okay. So not necessarily sushi, but if we're talking about seared tuna, we're talking about ahi takimi. That's a good one. Okay. Spaghetti. I'm talking about spaghetti. Oh my gosh. I have to cook spaghetti at least once a month, and I'm a huge red sauce person. But spaghetti just does something to my entire life. Yeah. So spaghetti. And then I'd probably have to say, I'm definitely eggs. Eggs. And not just eggs. I mean, eggs. Like eggs, they give you what you need. I mean, I could do them scrambled, I can do them boiled. But my favorite way to cook eggs, and I eat them probably every morning, are 2 fried eggs. Okay. I definitely do that.
Sausage.
No, I nope. Just eggs. And that's yeah.
I'm gonna note that. So, last question. Top 3 places you've been to.
Top 3 places I've been to. I would say Germany would have been one. Las Vegas. Okay. That was fun. That's a good time. That was a great time. And then I would say some places that I really enjoy would have to be the beach. So any beach. I'm a Florida girl. Yeah. Salt life all day, on the water, wakeboarding, but just a beach and then sand. Right. It's just a comforting place. So
I got you. I feel you. So thank you, Miss Altenbach, for taking the time out to join me on Culture TV.
Thank you.